becoming aware of the things that are blocking the energy of your soul. Our small selves are filled with ideas, thoughts, and feelings which arise in reaction to the outside world. Since most ideas in the outside world are based on fear, these ideas block the energy of our soul, which is an energy based on love. Some of these ideas seem so self-evident that we can hardly imagine they could be wrong. What are these ideas? First of all, there is our primary reaction to the fear-based energies of society. We sense that we don't fit in, that we are different, and we conclude that there is something wrong with us, that we need to change, or to grow up. As a result, we live in a state of permanent self-judgment. By constantly condemning and suppressing ourself, we push away the energy of our soul. The consequence of this is that we experience the feeling of a lack of love. We begin to think that we are not loved, and so begins the big quest for love. We believe that the world at large is indifferent to us, and that we have to work very hard in order to earn a little bit of love from someone else. Along with these ideas comes the feeling of powerlessness. We learn to believe that we do not have control over our own lives. Other people are in power, not us. We learn that everything is separated. We are separated from other people by walls or borders. We are separated from the stars and other planets by an immense space. So there are basically 4 immense fears which we internalize: the fear of lack in general, and love in particular; the fear of powerlessness; the fear of separation; the fear of being bad or worthless. In order to overcome these illusions, we must first become aware of them. We can do this by embracing one by one the following opposing ideas: I am a source of love and abundance. I am a powerful creator. I am one with the universe. I am good. When you embrace one of these thoughts, for instance, I am a source of love, it is likely that you immediately feel resistance. Most likely a thought appears which rejects the idea directly, without question. Now use your imagination. Imagine somewhere inside you there is a person who is verbalizing out this dismissive thought, saying, for example, that the idea that you are a source of love is ridiculous. Take the time to study this person. Where does he or she come from? It is very probable that it is a voice from your past, perhaps one of your parents. But as you start to think about it, you will realize that it is an outside voice. The voice does not come from within. It does not really belong to you. However, the things the skeptical voice is telling you may be true, or they may be false. There is perhaps doubt within you. Be rational about this doubt. Since it is there, it makes sense to give the positive possibility a chance. So embrace the thought, I am a source of love. Repeat it several times a day. After all, you have repeated negative thoughts so many times throughout your life. Why not give positive thoughts a little chance? How does this feel? And each time you repeat one of these positive thoughts, pay attention to the negative reaction inside you. Study it using your imagination. Probably you will slowly come to the conclusion that all these negative thoughts have their roots in society-based fears around you, which you have integrated as your own. The more you become aware of this, the more you will be able to let go of all your thoughts and ideas based on these fears, and the more space you will create for the great me. Creating space means no longer holding back the great me, which allows the energy of your soul to start flowing in. Getting in contact with this energy is a fundamental step in finding your life's purpose, expressing yourself. What is your life's purpose? It is of course different for each one of us. Nevertheless, it can be said that when the energy of your soul is flowing freely into the world, when you are expressing your most authentic, true self in the world, you have found your life's purpose. For people who are doing this already, the question has simply disappeared. They feel it, they know it. They are a little like happy children playing in the sun, enjoying life, living in the moment. The big questions do not matter so much to them, since big questions are often a sign of unhappiness. Someone who is genuinely happy does not usually ask, "Why am I here? What is my purpose?" Being happy is in fact an answer to these questions. Yet many people are unhappy, and are asking these questions. Why? The answer is simple. We are not welcome in this world. The fear-based energies of our societies are such that they suppress the energy of the great me. The world wants us to be small, wants us to conform and obey. It wants only the small me, not the great me. And during our childhood we internalize these ideas of the world, and in doing so we also reject the great me. As a result, we do not really feel happy. And we start to ask the big questions. Usually when we ask the question, "What is my life's purpose?" we ask it from a particular viewpoint. The very fact that we are asking the question means that we do not know the answer. We believe that the answer lies outside me. Where? My soul has it, hence my soul is something outside me, floating somewhere high above me. So how do we come into contact with it? The key is self-acceptance. The more we accept ourselves, the less we judge ourselves, and the more we begin to feel appreciation and love for ourselves, the more we enter into contact with our souls. The first step is to go inward, and to accept the idea that whatever we find there is important, however apparently negative it may seem to us at first. By accepting everything inside us with love and consideration, we become aware of this loving observer, observing the small me. It is the great me, it is our soul. We do not find the great me by looking for it, but by embracing its ideas, and perceiving the way the great me considers us, in total acceptance, with unconditional love. We can never find our soul, because our soul is not something outside of us, but we can become one with our soul, with ourselves, by ceasing to identify with ideas that do not belong to the realm of the soul, such as our old fear-based ideas, and by embracing those that do belong to the soul, which are unequivocally ideas based on love. What then is our life's purpose? Firstly, to become aware of the great me. But that is not all. The small me is also pivotal. If you do wish to find your life's purpose, do not dismiss your ego, at least not completely. As we become aware of the great me, we become aware of an almost infinite potential. We can compare the small me to a piece of colored glass that only allows certain rays of sunlight to pass through. The sun is the great me, the piece of colored glass the small me. Within this comparison, any shadows or stains on the glass are our fears and our fear-based ideas. In the same way, the small me filters the energy of the soul, allowing only certain aspects of the soul's energy to flow into this world. In order to allow this filter to work properly, 3 steps are required. First of all, we must clean the filter, which is done by becoming aware of our old fears. This is the equivalent of cleaning the glass. Secondly, we must become aware of and acknowledge the existence of the great me. When the glass is no longer stained, the sunlight can stream through, and finally it is necessary to understand the filter. What color is the glass? What part of the soul's energy of the soul does it want to allow to shine out into society? As you consider this analogy, you may notice that when we ask the question, what is my life's purpose? There are two mistakes we can make. In the first case, the glass is stained, which prevents it from allowing light to flow through properly. The shadows or stains represent our thoughts and actions which are based on fear. Imagine, for instance, a person who has a fear of lack. He or she may have thoughts such as, I want to be a millionaire, and become famous, and be loved by everybody. The second trap or mistake is when the glass is not aware of its own color, and it wants to let all of the sunlight through. This, however, is impossible. In this case, the person is not sufficiently aware of their own ego and personality. They strive to save and to change the whole world. They want to give their love to everybody. The result is inevitably disappointment, or even traumatic experiences. For a moment, forget about saving the world. Forget your soul. Brush aside your fears, and let go of what society wants you to do. Feel your ego. Yes, feel your ego. Allow it to just be. Your ego knows what your personality really wants. It understands the color of the filter that you are. Once you understand this, you will know the purpose of your life. When this becomes clear, you can begin to express the energy of your soul according to your own color, according to your own personality. Thus, you need your ego to be able to do this. It is your ego that allows you not to go along with outside energies that want, or attempt to use or dominate you. You need your ego in order to contain the energy of your soul, and this is what allows your earthly personality to be fulfilled.